Hey guys, dating life going pretty shitty?
I find you so creepy I think you should have to walk around with a bell around your neck.
Finding yourself getting a little desperate for some female companionship?
Alexa, tell me you love me.
Hell no. You disgust me.
What you need is to upgrade your style right now. The Toxic Store's got exactly what you need. Pick up some stylish gear featuring Deviant Gamer, Toxic Radio, and the Heavy Metal Happy Hour.
Oh, yeah!
You can find the store through the Toxic Radio app or toxicradio.net. Get in the game.
Do I make you horny, baby?
Get yourself a little love.
That guy's getting boobies.
Yeah, he is.
Toxic Radio and the Toxic Store. Don't buy it safe. Buy it toxic. While you're rocking with us at Toxic Radio, don't forget to check us out on social media.
I want details, and I want them right now.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Now you're talking, brother.
Chat with us, keep up on news. Just don't make it weird. Don't be a stalker. Don't be that guy.
You just want to suck the joy out of everything.
Toxic Radio. Get infected.
Hello, boys and girls, children of all ages. Strap in. It's the Deviant Gamer Podcast. We're here. We've got beer. And we're ready to steer this ship into some crazy, crazy areas. That's right. Welcome to episode 50 of the Deviant Gamer Podcast, the podcast that covers the most epic drops in PC gaming and VR. I am your host, Toxic Mike. And with me, as usual, Demonoid.
What's going on, brother? How you been?
Working on my announcing. Hope I didn't blow anybody's eardrums out there. I'm going to lower my microphone a little bit because I'm noticing I'm peaking pretty hard. So let me just lower that down a little bit. But no, it's going good, and you'll find out it's going extremely well for me because I'm going to let you guys know a little bit as to why we've been off for 2 weeks. And it's a doozy. I've got a little stuff, a little bit to share with everybody. But first, before we even get this started, me and Demonoid were discussing this for weeks now. We had so many ideas, so many things that we were going to do for this episode that just kept on getting karate chopped right in the dick, basically. At one point, Demonoid was going to make his triumphant return to the studio. And, just like life does, kind of kicked us right in the nuts and said, no, step off with that. So that kind of sucked. But no, so let's get into that. So this is episode 50, and that means we have been doing this even with all of our ups and downs and roadblocks along the way. We have made it. We have made it to episode 50, which is a huge milestone. Our next one will be episode 100, and Jesus Christ, if this world just keeps on fucking us the way it's been, it'll take 3 years before we get to episode 100. But hopefully the worst is behind us. But brother, it's been a crazy-ass ride, and before all this shit happened with your health, with COVID, with my health, with everything that's been going on, we came out of the gate just killing it, just doing so much, going to events. Our live streams were going crazy. Our video game streaming was going awesome. But you know what? We haven't stopped. We haven't bowed down to it. We're going to keep on going, and I'm happy to have you along. Not only you, Demonoid, but everybody else that's been supportive and been sticking it out with us. Thank you. This shot is for you guys. So it feels good though that we, no matter all the bullshit, we continued.
Yeah, we kept it going as best we could.
Yeah, the best we could. I mean, we didn't actually broadcast while you were like in a hospital bed or anything, but we kept it going. No. We kept that content going. That would have been interesting though. If we did like a 15-minute show while you were like laying in there, just on your phone. But no. Also, we have another reason to celebrate. We're not going to do another shot for that though, because next thing you know, me and Demonoid are shit-faced, passed out on our keyboard, and the stream is just going for no reason.
Yeah. Got games to play later.
Yeah,
can't do that yet.
Yeah, we don't. Guido hasn't come onto the podcast regularly enough to have us be doing that and have it be commonplace. But no. So I checked our stats like I do every Friday before we do our show, and it is official. We have surpassed 1,000 downloads of our show. That's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty. Our show has been accessed. And that's not including our YouTube videos, because this episode every episode gets uploaded in video format to YouTube, video format to Facebook, so it's not counting all of those. But even without those, we got past 1,000. So 50 episodes, over 1,000 downloads. I think that's pretty amazing. And again, thank you to everybody out there that's been finding our content, enjoying our content, enjoying our stupidity, joining us online in our games or in our Discord or anything like that. Just it's been a sucky year for 2020, and it has even started off kind of sucky for 2021 still. And the video game industry took a pretty big hit in terms of everybody trying to scatter to work from home. But I hope that myself and Demonoid, when we were able to broadcast and able to record, brought a little bit of fun to that. It's we do this for fun. We're not trying to be Joe Rogan.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
Well, Demonoid would like to be Joe Rogan. Yeah,
it is what it is.
Demonoid would not pass up not only being Joe Rogan but Joe Rogan's paycheck. So
yeah, definitely.
That would be pretty good to have that kind of, as Joe Rogan puts it, "fuck you money."
Yeah.
to have that kind of cash. There's one thing. There's something on TikTok. This one guy posted up, and they do this whole thing where it's like, when you were a kid, you wanted all this crazy stuff, but now that you're an adult and you have the ability, the access to adult money. And if you haven't mentally fully grown into being a, quote, what's supposed to be an adult, and you're still a kid, like if anybody sees us in Discord, you know that that's what we are, just grown man-child. Grown man-children. But he bought this insane, crazy control, master control unit, I guess. They call it the, let me see if I can find it. This is kind of sidetracking because I just thought of it. It's called the Scorpion gaming rig. I think I would be able to. There it is. I found it. He bought this thing, and I'm going to bring this up right now. And one day we can only hope to have the funds to build, to order and assemble a rig like this where it just mechanically just circles you into the system. It's pretty badass. I just wanted to bring that up for no reason whatsoever.
Does it have a toilet in it?
I mean, if you want to be real, you just go back to the old Warcraft days of just a couple of milk cartons or milk gallon containers and just piss in there.
Or Guido doesn't even need him. Just goes wherever he's at.
Wherever. The ladies in his life are very, very lucky. So getting back to the fact that we were off for 2 weeks. Sadly, it sucks. It was horrible. I didn't like it. But we have been off for 2 weeks, and the reason was I came down with COVID. COVID finally hit me. Mark, you actually had it like a year ago, like when this all friggin' started. While you were still in the hospital for other shit, You went home and then had to go back and found out that you actually had it. Luckily, because your immune system was so compromised, it didn't. I mean, it hit you hard, but not as hard as a lot of people that it's hit.
Yeah, I was. They didn't even know they were treating me for other shit because I was still legit. It was like 1 week after getting out of the hospital, so they were still monitoring me for everything. And then a fever broke, and they're like, "Oh, it's an infection." Not even thinking it could be COVID. So they just treated me for all sorts of different infections and other viruses and shit. And then, come to find out, I get out of the hospital again. I'm good to go. Gonna go start my my regular treatment, and they're like, "Oh, you're tested positive. You can't do treatment." But at that point, I was fine. So I was like, "What are you talking about? Good, I beat it." But it stays consistent. You test positive for like weeks afterwards, apparently, or you can.
You can. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing too, because everybody's on my nuts pretty much. Like, have you taken another test? Are you negative again? I'm my understanding is that you can test positive long after you're no longer contagious. So, even though it is a big deal to test negative again, it's not a surefire sign if you test positive that you're still carrying it in a way that it can be, caught by somebody else. So for me, I was at work on Thursday, last Thursday, and I just was feeling nauseous. It wasn't anything new. I just thought it was something I ate. Feeling nauseous isn't something crazy to me. It sucks, but it wasn't something crazy. And I was feeling nauseous, so I said, okay, well, I'm just going to go home and take a nap, and usually that'll work for it. And I went home, and like about 4:30, 5 o'clock, I laid down, and I didn't wake up until the next morning. That's a lot of sleep. And I woke up still feeling extremely tired and a crazy headache. I'm like, okay, I've got to eat breakfast. Okay, maybe a shower will help. Okay, take a shower. All right, maybe if I just sit here and drink some coffee, it'll go away. And finally, I was like, I got to call out of work. Like, I cannot drive to work like this. This is crazy. And I went and got a test, one of those rapid tests, those rapid tests, I've done both tests, the rapid test and the one that takes like days to get back to you. Yeah. Why would you not go for the rapid? The rapid was done literally in 5 or 10 minutes, and the guy comes out and was like, you already know this. You've got it. I knew that also because in the morning, once I'd called out of work, I'd realized I wasn't paying attention. You don't pay attention when you're eating breakfast sometimes when you're super tired in the morning. But I realized I had no taste or smell. And it was bigger the taste. So then I grab a thing of peanut butter and I just put a spoonful in my mouth, because peanut butter is something you definitely taste. I couldn't taste it. It was just creaminess in my mouth. I mean, some people are into that. I'm not. But so I got it, and I've been under quarantine. Obviously, that Friday when I got tested, there was no way I was going to be able to do a show. I'm very happy that I'm able to do it this time. And the week before that, I had felt ill before that. Yeah. So I don't know if COVID had hit then, but then kind of subsided because my body fought it off, or if that sickness enabled COVID to hit harder and get into my system better. I don't know. It's a question I'll never know the answer to.
Yeah.
But and I messaged you pretty quickly to let you know what was going on. And we joked about the fact that, okay, quarantine, video games. Like, quarantine, you can't go nowhere. Nobody can come over. You can't go to work. This is a video gamer's fucking dream. This is amazing. And, life kind of smacked me right back into position. And I was like, sit the fuck down with that. Because COVID literally floors you. I would get up and try to play World of Warcraft, and to World of Warcraft's to their what is the word I'm trying to think of? Words are escaping me. See that shot fucking fucks me already.
Positive side?
to their positive is that they're a game that you can. It's very laid back. It's not super intense, but about a half hour into playing it, I would just be hit with this overwhelming need to just go lay down and sleep again. I was sleeping or laying there doing nothing. So from Friday morning until, I would have to say, Tuesday night, Wednesday, I was floored. I laid there, would go in and out of sleep, and watching Marvel movies. That was basically it. It really did kick my ass. The symptoms I had was no smell, no taste, headache, extreme fatigue, and a slight cough, a slight dry cough. So that was COVID, my COVID experience through this whole entire just ordeal that was just horrible. It again, I know so many people out there are dealing with so much more when they have to deal with this, going into the hospital, being put on a ventilator, in the ICU. I'm very grateful that wasn't the case with me, but it's definitely something, a sickness like I've never had before. Like this was something that I've never been floored in bed for that many days without the urge or desire to get up and move. It was horrible. It was really bad, and I don't wish it on anybody. So I tell people all the time, I'm very diligent with my mask wearing. I'm very diligent with when people come into the studio, take your temperature, wipe down everything, wear a mask until you're seated at your spot in the studio. I try to do everything I possibly can to make sure that everybody is safe through these doors. But with the way that this all goes right now, and the extra potent strands that are extremely contagious, I truthfully believe until the vaccine is fully readily available to every person, everybody's going to get it once. So that's my little speech on COVID. Mask up, do your part, help out other people. Yeah, you might not be in the category of somebody who's going to end up in the hospital or end up dying from it, but it does help out somebody else. You're looking out for them in terms of they could end up in the hospital or dying, so it's helping your fellow human beings. But also, you don't want this shit. You don't want it. On the positive, everything known to man is delivery now.
Yeah.
So, food-wise, I was able to eat decently, even though I couldn't taste stuff for half the time. I've got taste and smell back, and I feel 100% better, luckily. But also, the only reason I have this, which we were able to do a shot of, my little root out, was because of alcohol delivery. Which,
that's a thing now? Yes,
it is. And I see, for some reason, the comments are coming up in my system to put them on the screen. But Steph is here, and Steph's been a part of Deviant since the very beginning. She said Mike whooped COVID's ass. Well, it whooped my ass, but eventually I overtook it. And Brian said, "Glad you're doing better, Mike." Thank you, Brian. Thanks. I appreciate it. I didn't make it very known that I had it or that I was dealing with it. That was just my way of just doing it. But I could put his over here. I don't know why Steph's didn't show up. But yeah, so the alcohol delivery is a thing. And for anybody who wants to have alcohol delivered, especially in the Jersey, Philly area, I use an app called Drizzly. Which delivered my fine seltzers and my whiskey.
I can't believe you're still drinking seltzers, man. It's not summer anymore.
Shut
it's
up.
Like 20 degrees out.
Dude,
real beer.
During COVID, I lost 9 pounds. I'm trying to stay with that shit. try to be skinny Mike. I don't know why John just wrote what, but Yeah. So that was a positive. But so now everybody knows what was going on. So we don't skip out on the show for just any reason. Usually it's something is going on, obviously. But that's basically why we had to skip out on the show. Hell, we don't skip out on the show even if we ain't got shit to say. Because once we get these microphones on, we'll figure out something.
Start rambling. We've had many shows where there's not even an outline. Let's just drink a beer and start talking. And 45 minutes later, we got a golden show.
That's the craziness. Some of our best shows where we've felt so good about it are ones where we don't even have a fucking outline.
Yeah, we're just talking, drinking beers and talking about games we played. That's it.
And it's fucking awesome. Anyway, so that's it. I'm all better. We're on episode 50. We've got over 1,000 downloads of our podcast. So needless to say, we are happy. We are happy. Thankful to you guys. And we tell you guys all the time, I'm going to remind you at the end to go ahead and join our Discord. The links are in the body of this post right here. If you don't find them in the body of this post, you can find them in other posts. You can find them in the body of our podcast. Or you just message me or Demonoid online and we'll fucking give you an invite to our Discord. We have a lot of fun in there, and you don't even have to be a gamer. Just be somebody who likes doing stupid, sometimes overly sexual gifs in a chat room. Sexually uncomfortable gifs in a chat room. And you'll have a blast joining us in there. There we go. Now Steph is showing up in here, and she says, "What a weight loss program." I agree, Steph. I agree. It's an amazing weight loss program. It works. Kids, I suggest. No, I don't. That's a horrible thing to say. I suggest going ahead and joining the COVID weight loss program. All right, I'm changing some settings. I want to make sure that text comes up a little better. But anyway. And Ron, nope, can't even move on because we got to go with Ron. This is going to be a very audience participation episode. Obviously, with it being 50 and 1,000, we want audiences, you guys, your comments to kind of drive the show. So if you make a comment, I will put it up in the chat room. I have to fix one more thing on the fly because that was way too big. That's what she said. 48, so we're gonna go to 36. And there we go. Yay, delayed, but yay. There you go. So we always start off the show with what we've been playing. You would think I would have a shit ton of games that I've been playing, but I don't. But I'm gonna go into mine second. First, I'm gonna start with Demonoid, which I already know what he's been playing because I see him on Discord fucking stop. It's what he's been playing every single week. God, what have you been playing?
I'm gonna switch it up on you. Not just Escape from Tarkov. I am.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
But I've told you about it before in the last couple of weeks. I did buy Rust on that last summer sale. Not summer sale. The fuck they just had the Christmas sale. So I bought Rust. That survival game. Had a blast in that. Was having fun with that. It's a little wild. Definitely would more fun with people. Frogger.
I'll kick Brian's ass in Frogger.
Yeah, so Rust, survival based game. Like, I mean, you've seen the trailers for it. You've heard about it. It's like Ark. It's like Conan, where you just run around naked, attacking other people's bases, collecting stuff. It's like Minecraft on steroids type of thing. So I was playing that. It's fun. It's wild. Also, jump back into Smite, that
really
background thing. Yeah. I wanted. So I'll get into that when I get to my Tarkov point. But Smite spawned off of Tarkov because we talked a couple of weeks ago. There was the wipe in Tarkov, so everybody's back to level 1. I mean, that we're all back up there to high levels, but they're changing so much shit. I don't really play the game solo. I play the game anytime I could play it. That was all I played. Solo sucks now. I'll play it with Ronnie and Guido. I don't play solo anymore. That's what led me to Smite. Jump back into Smite because I haven't really played on a PC since I had it, and I played the shit out of it on console. Me and Guido played it. We were high ranked and everything. We played a lot of ranked. We were really good. Never really tried it on PC. Jump back in. I loved it. Had a lot of fun. So that's going to be my solo game. I won't be playing Tarkov alone anymore just because I don't enjoy it. be honest with you. It's a great game when you're with somebody. I don't like what they're doing with the solo stuff. Or not the solo stuff, just in general, the changes. It's more fun to be playing with somebody and interacting. I can't play the game alone. It's not that fun. So yeah, that's it. More than one game this week, guy. 3 games.
Wow. Smite, I mean, I've played that before. It's not my biggest cup of tea in terms of playing, but it's not bad at all. Tarkov, I again cannot get into. It's just not my thing. But that's pretty badass. I did look into what is the other game? Rust?
Rust, yeah.
I looked into getting it. It's full price now. I won't get it at full price because it's not a game that I was technically looking to buy. The last game I paid full price was $20.77. Obviously, I got my refund for that. But I won't play full price. But you kind of sold me on checking it out, but I won't check it out at full price. So
I'm sure there'll be another sale soon. I think it dropped. I think I got it for, was it a $40 game?
Yeah, it's a $40 game.
I think I paid 28 or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was something like that. And our limit again for just saying fuck it and buying it no matter what is $20. So if it went down to $15 or $20, that's my fuck it price. I'll check it out. I'll get it. But as of right now, yeah, I can't see myself doing it. As far as what I've been playing, I kind of stepped onto it a little bit. Death Stranding was one that I really did play a lot since our last episode. I'm going to give a full review at the end of this episode to give you guys more of an understanding of what my thoughts were of it, just to say that it was pretty damn badass is an understatement, but I'll go a little bit more deeper into that. Steph says, I'll be back, gotta drive. If not, have a great show, guys. I mean, Steph, we are live on Toxic Radio also. You can have us playing audio through the app right now. I'm looking over at the levels, and they're going, so we should be broadcasting live. So take us on the go with you. Anyway, World of Warcraft, of course, created my legendary weapon, which was a huge achievement for me, and my eye level scores up to 175. Again, I say this every single episode, and the fact that I've gone this long and have not gotten tired of it, have not waned from it, have not said, screw it, I'm just not even going to log in, speaks volumes to Shadowlands. I truthfully believe that Shadowlands was a is a well done expansion put out by Blizzard in response to all the negative feedback they got from Battle for Azeroth. Again, with our people in the chat room, Steph says, I should put it on. I'll miss your pretty faces though. I mean, I don't know about this. I mean, that is, I got a point over here. But anyway, Shadowlands is unbelievably a well put together expansion that it really is a bastard child of every great expansion that WoW has ever put out. They really did. I can't imagine any other way but that they had a meeting and somebody in the meeting said something as simple as, how about we take facets of every expansion we've ever had that did extremely well and take pieces from each and put them into this one. So fucking good.
At Wrath.
Right.
The best
right.
expansion for him, guys.
Yeah, and then that's why that's where they went back with this one. And I think it was enough time had passed that it wasn't something that was just done because you're like, oh, they're just rehashing this again. It was enough time had passed that it was relevant and was able to work. And I still, to this day, am waiting and hoping that the thought process that you would put out there, that during this whole time in the Shadowlands, time is changing differently in Azeroth, because they've said before that time is different in Shadowlands. And you had made the comment, I think it was you, who had said, what if during this time, thousands or whatever, however many years have bypassed in Azeroth, and the next expansion is a complete overhaul of Azeroth.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking about that. Like, imagine it being like WoW 2 or something, but then we both came to the conclusion that they won't do that.
I don't know. I don't know any. It's such a crazy and awesome idea and theory within the lore that would work. It would be like Cataclysm, but on a global scale of the game. Yeah. They did it.
Rework every single zone. Like, imagine how much it would cost them to do that, though. Like, you might as well make WoW 2 at that point, which would be cool with me too. If you want to crash it, if you want to kill it after that, if we get back from the Shadowlands and are like, this is it, Azeroth is gone. Imagine that. You come out of that and you're just done. You're stuck in Shadowlands. Azeroth blew up or some shit.
Whatever level they do it, whatever level, like what you just said, what I just said, to whatever level they do it, I'm starting to think that that's the only rational and logical next step in the progression of World of Warcraft. I mean, that would definitely not only break every thought process of the game and how it works and the graphics and everything, but it would also set them up for so much more to be done in the future. It sets them up to continue going in today's world. I mean, with some of the shit we've got planned to talk about later on in the show, I didn't tease because we're all excited, but just trust me, stay tuned. We got some cool shit. But with all that kind of shit going on, to rehaul it in that fashion just seems like the next best step. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to think that when they're going to do that, they would do it after having a successful, good launch of an expansion, which is Shadowlands. Shadowlands, for all intents and purposes, I was looking at the numbers earlier. I don't remember exactly. But right now, Blizzard and World of Warcraft financially are doing the best they've done in a long time. Because so many people have come back. Right. Yeah, it's their most popular expansion ever. So many people have come back. So many people have joined. And not only that, but they also have the people that are still paying the monthly fee for just Classic to use this as a jump off point to do something that they've never done before, something so crazy. Again, like with Cataclysm was something they've never done before, and that was huge. The fact that we were watching BlizzCon and seeing that you were going to go to sleep on it was really log off, but you know what I mean. You would log off and the world would be the way you know it, and you log back on and the world has changed. That was crazy. And to have them do right, you went back to all your 1,000 needles. When you went back there, like knowing what had happened, you're like, oh fuck! Like you spent so much time.
And the Barrens being cut straight in half.
Straight in half. The Barrens, like you knew these places so significantly, and they meant so much to you because of the time you spent there with friends, questing or doing this or doing that. To go in and have it just changed was insane, was crazy, was a monumental part, a moment in the game. I think that's what they're going to do. I hope that that's what they're going to do. It just, I feel like, would be such a tip of the hat to all that have stuck it out with them this long, and the people that are so into this expansion and would get them so hype. The hype train would be huge on that if that's what they announce at the next BlizzCon. So,
what's an expansion usually? A year and a half something like that. So we got another year or so.
Maybe, this expansion with Shadowlands, they're really doing a good job of keeping people active without losing interest. Unless you're friggin' Guido, who loses interest just because he got to max level. He hits max level and then gets a high eye level and then just bounces. Again, he's somebody who doesn't go into the ins and outs and figures out. He didn't even know what Torghast was or anything. So he's a different kind of gamer. But for the most of the people that actually enjoy playing the different aspects of the game, they're having a good time, and they might be able to milk this a little bit longer, which would give them more time. They might be able to. If anything, Blizzard is good at milking a game for as long as they possibly can.
That is true. Almost as good as the Skyrim people. That's right.
Yeah.
That's the all-time.
And finally, GTA, which I log into almost every single day. Do a few things here and there. Still an unbelievable game. Still so rewarding. Still so awesome. You normally do news about VR and PC, but I'll tell you the truth. We talk all the time about how slow it is. Slow isn't even the word for the last couple of weeks in the video game news and VR news. Nothing really going on. People are just enjoying or playing their systems, are enjoying their PCs, their Xboxes, their PlayStations. It's just that time right now where people are just having a good time. It's winter. It's after the holiday season. You can't do, there's not much. This is going to be a news segment. So new that I don't have a stinger, and this name might even change. But I want to start something to this degree. And Demonoid, if you come up with a new name, or if the audience out there comes up with a new name, I'll put production behind it and everything. But there's going to be times where we find stuff in the video game world that is just so friggin' weird, awkward. What the hell? So I just called it Video Games What the Hell? I don't know what the fuck. I've been sick, people. I've been sick. Just give me something. We'll come up with something. I mean, hell, in our Discord, Demonoid was able to come up with the two best and most occupied rooms in there, which is, what are they?
The Testicle Festival and the Poon Saloon.
The most.
Don't even know how it started.
The most.
You said something. You rhymed testicle with something, and that popped up. And we just had to make it a thing.
And you made the comment, how funny would that be if we made those rooms in the Discord? And I was like, funny, let's fucking do it. But anyway, so with what the hell and what the shit, what the fuck, I don't know what it's going to be called. Some craziness that's going on that was announced, because this is what happens when we have no news to discuss. All right, so we talked about COVID earlier. We talked about how I've had it. We talked about how Demonoid had it. We talked about how we believe in the fact that you should mask up and protect those around you, yourself. Do your part as a citizen. And I feel like I'm in some kind of futuristic promo. But anyway, do your part. So who is also trying to help us do our part? It didn't go over. That was supposed to be so much more climactic. Razer has announced Project Hazel. Razer, if you don't know who Razer is one of the top video game peripheral companies out there. Products other than this one include computer mice, keyboards, headphones, you name it. It goes with PCs. They make it. Well, they decided to take their workforce and get them making masks. It says here, the world's smartest mask faced a new normal with protection that's far from average. Introducing our prototype of the most intelligent mask ever created, a design focusing on 5 key areas to ensure the highest degree of safety with the best quality of life enhancements. Just by looking at this, it has It has a surgical N95 respirator, active ventilation, auto sterilization function. Jesus Christ! Last episode we came to people with the KFC console. Now we got this. Clear, transparent design, low light mode, voice amp technology. Thanks to a built-in mic and amplifier combo, our patent-pending technology ensures your speech isn't muffled, even when you're masked up. If you could change that to like sound like Darth Vader or some shit.
That's the real moneymaker. You might have just hit something. Cut this out. Save that for yourself.
It's sustainable too. It says replaceable filters, rechargeable ventilators, wireless charging case with UV sterilizer, durable design for daily use, optimized for airflow. Unobtrusive, airtight seal, voice.
Unobtrusive.
I can't say words. Voice amp technology. And personalized, because no smart mask would be complete without a little flair, offering 16.8 million colors and a suite of iconic effects. Turn heads while you stay safe with two customizable lighting zones powered by Razer Chroma RGB. The shit has Chroma RGB. What are your thoughts, dude? What are your thoughts looking at this?
I think it's a little ridiculous. I mean, is there a price point yet?
I have not seen a price point. This has not been fully released to the public.
I mean, it just seems silly that a gaming like what are you doing? Like that you need that. You could buy the cloth masks and walk outside your door. And I guess the people that have to wear it all
but
day.
This is very cyberpunkish, very in the future. This is what we thought people would be wearing.
Yeah.
So, would you buy one?
Fuck no. No. Absolutely not. No.
I think I'd have to buy this with the voice technology, the microphone, the clear front where you could see your actual mouth, the RGB lighting. I mean, it's pretty badass as far as badass microphones go.
I mean, it's interesting. It's neat. It is very over the top. It is just, I don't know. It's just,
see,
they're smart. They're capitalizing on the pandemic. They're smart business people.
Brian even says, "I'll buy it if it makes me sound like Bane." I mean, if you could make it.
Different story.
If it does voice changing, I mean, I'm sold on it already. I'm sold 100%. I will be getting this when it gets released. I will wear it on the show. And if I could change my voice to sound like anybody, I'm going to...
So if that thing comes out and they say $99, you're still buying that?
Yes.
You're spending
Absolutely.
$99 on a fucking
Absolutely.
Sure.
Why the fuck... What? I can point out a bunch of crazy shit I've spent $99 on. That wouldn't be the craziest thing I've spent $99 on. I wanted to change my voice to Owen Wilson. Wow. I want some stupid shit. So, that was our first what the fuck or what the hell.
Well, yeah, you do have to wear a mask all day, right? So
yeah.
I guess that's okay. If you're wearing it all day, I could see it being reasonable as long as it's comfy and all that shit. But yeah, for the person that doesn't have to wear a mask every day, no.
Oh yeah, at my job we have to wear. At my job we have to wear masks nonstop, and everybody is already coming to work or going with masks that make a statement or masks that match their wardrobe. They wear a different mask each day. It is really becoming a part of societal norm in terms of your wardrobe and showing off who you are. It's just the nature of the beast. So for that, I'll be that old man basically wearing a futuristic mask. I'll definitely do that. That would definitely be me.
I'll stick to my free paper one.
I mean, I won't wear the paper ones anymore. I got either this kind with a cloth black. I've got one with the Horde symbol on it. I've got one that says Toxic Radio. So I've stepped away from the paper whatever ones already. I mean, that's just the next step in the evolution of masks. And talking about the next step in the evolution, I spoke earlier of Back to the Future and how, I'm a huge fan of Back to the Future. Giant fan of Back to the Future. One of my biggest things is when they came out and Nike or Reebok, whoever came out with it, they've already got the self-lacing shoes that you charge up and hit a button and it tightens to your foot. I wanted a pair of those so bad, but they're astronomically expensive, way more than $100 to get those shoes. But we'll have to find out how much these shoes will go for. And what I'm talking about is the title of the article on PC Gamer says these shoes are an RTX 3080 powered PC. The article goes on to say NZXT is the hardware manufacturer that makes cases, components, and accessories for the PC gaming market. RTKFT makes virtual and physical next-gen collectible sneakers for the best esports gaming and entertainment celebrities. Each is a powerhouse in its own field, but when they come together like the proverbial chocolate and peanut butter, the results are, well, kind of confusing. And as we can see, and I'm going to show that video in a second, it says, is it a shoe that looks like a PC or a tiny PC that looks like a shoe? Or is it just a weird piece of ridiculously expensive swag to put up on your shelf between your Assassin's Creed statuette and GTA coffee mug? First glance, I honestly couldn't tell, and neither Artifact, that's how it's pronounced, were very helpful in clarifying. The shoe system is initially teased on Twitter as sort of a surprise for NZXT, although Artifact later confirmed that a partnership with the hardware maker is in place, empowering Artifact and our creator community to create the future of fashion and collectibles, powering our vision, community, and crazy ideas with their awesome builds and love of gaming. The article continues to say, I like entertaining the idea that these might be actual shoes with fake fan attached to the sole and a battery-powered holographic window revealing all sorts of techno innards that aren't actually there. I know it's a wee little PC, and there's no way anyone could possibly stuff a foot in there without stomping who knows how much expensive hardware into pieces and shredding some toes in the process. They're definitely not real shoes. I mean, they can't be, right? So I've got a video that I'm going to pull up right here. Let me maximize that. And the video is off of Twitter, off of Artifact's website. And I just want you to take a look at this Demonoid and give me your thoughts. We're looking at it right now. It's moving. You see a little screen display showing anime on it, and you look inside, and you see cables, and you see a motherboard and fans, and
But they're not showing, so you can't wear it. Then it looks like. Right?
it looks like it's going to be. It's a full powered PC, like a mini PC, is inside of a shoe. So it's a case. To me, what it looks like is a case that looks like a shoe.
Well, the 3080 itself is fucking $700. So right off the bat, you're at $700 minimum, plus the rest of the CPU parts, dude. I mean, that's got to be a $1,500 to $2,000 shoe.
Which isn't far-fetched in the sneaker world, where people literally will pay that much from a guy off a street corner who just happened to find a shoe that fell off the back of a truck.
For something that isn't going to run Cyberpunk for you. 60 frames a second.
Now, this is badass. Now, we just went over the mask thing. Now, it's impressive, absolutely, that your computer tower could 100% be a sneaker sitting on your desk. Absolutely. But taking this a little step further, and I pause the video, create a sneaker that looks like this. Even keeping the RTX 3080 with a fan that actually works, with the LCD display that actually works. Take out the innards. I don't know how you would do this. But then that becomes an accessory shoe to the Razer mask that you just bought. Now you're stepping into the realm 100% of a futuristic wardrobe that we see in things like Ready Player One, or we see in futuristic shows and sci-fi movies. You're getting to that point. And I think, even though we joke about it, if they start marketing this kind of stuff, like literally have that clear blue side to it, which is, could be just, plastic or rubber or whatever. Have this LCD that's going on the side of your shoe. Have this fan that's maybe rubber that kind of goes with your shoe. But make it a real shoe. Now you've got that accessory for that mask. Now you're stepping into, making your whole wardrobe futuristic, electronic, powered.
Well, for me, I would say it's less fashion-wise, but imagine if that shoe is actually wearable and is actually a valuable, like a valid PC, and then you putting a VR headset on, a PC VR headset. Now you're moving around full speed playing VR outside or in a warehouse like we want to do, like without a big laptop in your backpack.
So here's something very, very interesting. Shadow. We used to talk about Shadow all the time back in the day on the show. I actually lent you my Shadow system for a while in order to play PC gaming before you got your PC. I did the same thing. That Shadow device that I don't have it on me, is a very, very small device that has probably one circuit board in it. But you're able to access all that stuff. And Shadow just announced that they have almost finalized, and it's actually doable right now. If you go over to Virtual Reality Oasis on YouTube, Mike over there does a full video of how he plays VR through Shadow right now and shows you how to do it right now. So follow me with this. With that tiny board that's in the Shadow device that we use to access a system somewhere else to do cloud gaming. And if you guys don't, I need to bring it up because I need to give anybody who's watching at home a kind of a visual for what I am talking about. Shadow Ghost, I believe, is the name of it, right? Yeah, there it is. So this little device is what we were talking about. And this little device is a device that you could buy if you have Shadow Cloud Gaming. And on the back of the device is very minimal inputs that enable you to access a full-fledged gaming PC, insanely powered. Now, you go ahead and take the innards from that, put them into a shoe, or even, because it's been enough time, they might even be able to minimize it even more, put the outputs right here. You have a full-fledged cloud-based system, but a system that can 100% be powered by the shoe, access a cloud system somewhere else, and do VR.
There you go. We're one step closer to renting out a fire hall and running around like nuts.
That's all we want. That's all we fucking want, is to be able to rent out a fire hall and go play VR with all of our buddies. So take everything we said with a grain of salt. It's so awesome. Brian, again, if they expanded it into other designs, I'd use it. Computer towers are blah. I truthfully believe that being able to fit these computer components into other devices that are more pleasing to the eye in a home decor fashion could be something. So we'll have to keep our eye on that. Absolutely. What the hell? I just noticed this. Brian said you'll change your voice to Jessica Rabbit. Why? And 11 minutes ago, I don't know what we were talking about, but Ron said, "Why would you buy it?" I will buy anything, you motherfucker. I'll buy anything. I come on. Have you not seen my apartment? I will buy almost fucking anything. All right, I see that we are kind of 5 minutes out from the end, but we might go a little late because I do have to get into Death Stranding. I know I've been doing a lot of talking tonight. I've been very sick, so I'm not letting Demonoid talk a lot. Screw it. Anyway, Death Stranding was a game that we talked about last episode. But it was a game that how did you describe it, Demonoid?
A walking simulator.
A walking simulator.
You're like a UPS man without a truck. You just carry shit back and forth. That's all I heard about the game. You said it's different. I don't know.
I'm not going to say that is an incorrect assessment of the game. I will say that I know that I was intrigued by it because of the simple fact that it was Game of the Year from PC Gamer. Now we talk often about how certain individuals, certain outlets are kind of your place to go for news, and you respect their opinion. I respect the opinion of PC Gamer. So when I saw that this game was Game of the Year, I'm like, fuck, like, okay, it's on sale. Let me check it out. I didn't know dick from it. I didn't know nothing about this game. I was kind of put off when you said it was a walking simulator. If there's any simulator I want to experience in a video game, walking isn't it. I would take, what are the other ones that are big? 18-wheeler simulators, being a tycoon for a video amusement park simulator. Like, there's a lot of different flight simulator. There's a lot of different ones that I would go for, but I don't know if walking simulator is one that really grabs me by the gonads and says, let's do this.
Didn't grab me at all.
Now, let me go ahead and bring up some gameplay of this. Here is my assessment, my thoughts on the game. First off, one of the absolute most beautiful games I've played on my system. You want to talk about a game that's going to show off the power and the sheer beauty that your system can output? Amazing. Right from the bat. Just an amazing looking game. 2, the acting and the storytelling in this game, amazing. Another just simply amazing part. There is a lot of cutscenes. There's a lot of dialogue. Some people don't like that. I know individuals that we're friends with that will immediately escape out of anything that's trying to explain to them what's going on.
Yep. Let's play the game. No cutscenes. Cutscenes are illegal on his computer.
You want to tell me why I'm doing this? Fuck out of here. Unbelievable. As far as it being a quote walking simulator, like you said, you are basically a walking UPS or mailman in the future. Yes, that is a correct assessment. You are a delivery man, a carrier, somebody who's going from point A to point B to deliver goods to other areas. I love this part, by the way. We're watching a video, and it's not multiplayer, but other individuals put out stuff in the game that can help out other individuals while they're playing their solo game. So you actually are seeing things that other people online have put in that area that pop up in your game. It's very, very cool, but I digress.
It's like Dark Souls. Did you ever play that?
I'd never played that, but they did a similar thing.
Similar, you can etch the ground and give a warning to somebody else who's also playing online. So like at a part like where like there's a trap about to come up, you can walk up to a spot, look down, and the etching on the ground will say something like "look up," and if you take one more step forward, a trap comes down and hits you in the head.
Yeah, that's
Shit like that.
100% like this. Okay, so they took that from that. It's very cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen that mechanic. I walk up to areas and I could see that other than they say the name of the person who put this or put that, and then you can give it like a thumbs up to say thank you for doing that. And you get, I believe you get like certain things in the game if you're very helpful to others. So it's very, very cool to know that you're helping others as they're navigating through this world. As far as the aspect of walking and it being a walking simulator, I don't know how they did it. I don't know what mental things that they investigated to see what they could do to keep somebody's attention and make it that fun. But it literally is. It is the most soothing and relaxing game I've ever played. It literally is a game I end up playing for way longer than I had planned to play. Like you set aside an hour to play because you got other things to do around the house, and you end up playing for 3 hours because you just want to get to the next part. The mechanic of walking, of the fact of how much stuff you have on your back or on your person, because the more you can carry, the more reward you're going to get. But also to calculate how much you can carry and to stay balanced so that you don't damage it. And also the creatures and factors throughout the world that aim to hinder you in this adventure. It really works really, really well. It is the music in it is all, done specifically for the game, but it's soothing. It's nice. It works well with the environments that you're in. Walking through water isn't as simple as just walking through water, as we're seeing in the video clip.
Yeah, like stumbling.
Yeah, and trying to find a way to get from point A to point B. And what I mean by that, you see there's lots of terrain, a lot of very different levels of terrain with the rocks and the mountains and the hills, and you've got rope and you've got ladders and you've got all this stuff that helps you. Oh, he's at a little canister where you can put cargo in there for other people to find, or they could put it and you can find it from them. It's so much stuff that's interactive with other people without actually interacting with other people. But all of it works so well, so good. The animations and the physics are unbelievable. As far as why PC Gamer gave it Game of the Year, I don't know if it is 100% Game of the Year, but in terms of what it has to offer, rewarding the player and really pulling you in to the story that is going on and making you invested in that story, I can understand it. I totally get it. What is the main character's name? Say his name again. The actor, Norman.
The actor is Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus.
Yes.
His
Boondock Saints, by the way.
From what?
From Boondock Saints, by the way, not Walking Dead.
Obviously, his acting in it is phenomenal. You understand why he took this role. He's very much an actor in this, not just a face to be used for the game. But they do a tremendous job of capturing every last ounce of his human being and his mannerisms in the game. Obviously, my review for this game, and it wouldn't be this is not a game for everybody. 100% is not a game for everybody. If you're a type of person who is, run and spray, run and shoot, like you just want to get into the action, you don't want this game. But if you're somebody who can appreciate, like the act of walking up this hill, is just rewarding in some way. It really is, and it's just so beautiful to watch. If you're somebody who doesn't have patience, and I just look over and Steph says blabbermouth. Yes, thank you. And Brian had to bounce at the 8 o'clock mark. Later, Brian, thank you for tuning in. If you're somebody who doesn't have patience, if you're somebody who can't appreciate the time and effort and everything that goes into a game of that magnitude, then it obviously is not for you. But I can understand somebody who can appreciate that making that game of the year. For me, I'm glad I bought it. For me, I know there are going to be times where I just want to sit back. I play with a controller too, by the way, because it makes it way more relaxing. I'm going to sit back with a controller in my hand, and I'm going to play that. I'm just going to relax without being online, without having to do a dungeon, without having to capture the flag or something to that degree. It's definitely going to be something I'm going to continue playing. So, thumbs up from me. Any thoughts on what I've said?
Not my game at all. Why? My thoughts were, why is it so futuristic and yet this guy has to walk from a place to place? Are there no vehicles in this future?
There are vehicles, but mankind has kind of dwindled down, and a lot of places have been destroyed. There are vehicles, and there are times when you will be on a vehicle. But it's not. Yeah, it really leads itself to the story. It really, I can't get. I don't remember word for word the story. But inside the story, they explain what has happened, why it's happening, why they're trying to replenish. And in the game, it's America. Replenish America, rebuild America. Yeah. And why it's in ruin. I would imagine with the storyline and what has happened, the fact that it has been destroyed so much, obviously had to have destroyed, factories and vehicles and areas, and because these beings that are attacking are creating these giant craters, just like the extinction of the dinosaurs. So I can imagine that that's built into the story. There are some vehicles and some places, but they're far and few between. That's why you've got to travel the way you do.
Yeah.
Again, not for everybody, but for somebody that can sit there and have the patience for it, it is very, very rewarding. Kind of like this show. For us going to 8:07, we hope that it has been rewarding for you. I know, especially how Steph said it, I am a blabbermouth. I like to talk. That's why I got into broadcasting. Luckily, I have a great partner with me, Demonoid, week in and week out, who not only can talk on length about his passions and what he enjoys, but also can come in, just chill, and listen to me blabber along for extended periods of time. So, brother,
beer and I'm good.
Brother, I appreciate you, again, coming down this journey of Deviant Gamer with me for 50 episodes strong. I appreciate everybody out there joining us for this journey, and hopefully for 50 more and beyond. Remember to go over to Twitter to follow us, Deviant Gamer Pod. Facebook, if you're watching us live right now, you've already found us, Deviant Gamer Live on Facebook. All of the links for all of our awesomeness is in the show notes or in the post that you have found us on right now. So go over and check those out. We say it all the time, but we want to build up our Discord as much as possible. So we really would love for you guys to come join us. There's a great Discord app that you can download. So if you join our Discord, you sign in with your username and password on your app. And during the day, just randomly, you open up the app, you go into one of our chat channels, you just post some stupid shit. It's our own private place. You know what? With all this craziness in the world with social media and people being banned here and banned there, This is our place. This is Deviant's place. We can post and say whatever the fuck we want. So come join us. Be a part of the little down below the underground area of Deviant Gamer. And join us and post some stupid shit. Remember, you might bear witness to a lot of dick jokes and tranny stuff. Just go with it.
Settle down there, Spartacus. Only one of us knows that stuff.
Anything else you want to say, Demonoid?
Nah, I'm good to go.
Was that it? Did I hit the?
Yep.
Did I hit the buzzer? All right, guys. Yeah. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate your support, and remember, it's all fun and games
Until somebody gets trolled.
later.